Today's daf is a new Masechta. Masechta's Gittin Daf Beis. So the Mishnah starts off, the first Mishnah, first parak, Hamevi Get. So the Chachamim made a takana that a shliach that brings a get from a Baal, in order, the Baal wants to be megarish his wife, so the shliach has to see in various different ways how the cipher and the people are signing on the get, how the Eidim are signing the get, he has to see it. So before the shliach gives the get to the wife, he has to say, they made it kind of, he has to say, b'fanei nechta, in front of me it was written, and in front of me it was signed. So with this Amira, Chachamim believe the shliach like two Eidim that are being made on the kashrus of a get, and with this edus, and now can hold back the Baal from coming and be ma'ar on the get and saying that it's forged, because the get is in the skyim al yedei this amira of the shliach. I'm saying v'fanei nechta. And Chacham also said that if the shliach does not say v'fanei nechta, the get is possible. So this takana was only made if the shliach is coming from certain places. So that's what our Mishnah is going to discuss, and which places where the Chacham mechayev a shliach that's bringing get to say v'fanei nechta. And Zakta Mishnah is different sheets of the Tanakh. So Zakta Mishnah, Hamevi get Medinas Hayam. If a shliach brings a get from Chutz La'aretz Eretz Yisrael, and the Baal made a shliach to he appointed a shliach to bring this get to his wife in order to megarish his wife. Tzarich she'yamar. So before he gives a get to the isha, he has to say v'fanei nechta. And that's being, and with that he's being made kilu on the kashrus of the get, but the ksiva on the chasima. Rav Gamliel says, af hamevi min a rekem and a cheger. Not just chutz la'aretz Yisrael, but even if a shliach brings a get from rekem and cheger, which is places that are mentioned in the Torah in Bereshis Perek Tezayin Pasuk Dal, the names of Kadesh and Barad. So the way that Targum teaches Kadesh and Bared in Perek Tezayin Pasuk Dal Bereshis is rekem and cheger. Okay, so those are cities that are actually close to the border of Eretz Yisrael from the Darim and Mizrach, from the south and the east. So even if you bring it from there, those cities to Eretz Yisrael, it's not mamish chutz la'aretz, you have to say v'fanei nechta. Rabbi Lezer says, he argues from Gamliel, he adds on and he says, afilu mikfar ludim, even if the shliach bringing the get from Kfar Ludim, which is a city in chutz la'aretz that's kind of sort of in the area of Eretz Yisrael, it's like a little bit swallowed in, and he brings it to Lud, which is very close to it, which is actually inside the Mamish Eretz Yisrael. So still, he has to say v'fanei nechta. Why? Because it doesn't make a difference which place in Medinas Hayam he brings it from, and all of them, the shliach has to say v'fanei nechta. Chacham say, ein tzarich sheh v'fanei nechta. He does not have to say v'fanei nechta, but maybe Medinas Hayam, only somebody that brings Medinas Hayam to Eretz Yisrael, which is l'chor Shita Tanakama. However, he adds on, it says v'hamoilech. And somebody brings a get from Eretz Yisrael, Medinas Hayam, he also has to say v'fanei nechta. Zok the Mishnah weiter. V'hamevi medina l'medina, Medinas Hayam. If a shliach brings a get from one area to another, one medina or another medina in Medinas Hayam, tzarich she'yomer v'fanei nechta. Then he has to say also v'fanei nechta. Shimon Gamliel says, and not only if it's from medina Medinas Hayam, but afilu mehegmonia l'hegmonia, even if a shliach brings a get from one ruler in one city to another area where there's another ruler, Chacham Mechayev say v'fanei nechta, because the rulers were makbid that the people that live there should not go from one to another. So in Mela, that would be the reason you have to say v'fanei nechta, as we'll see. Zakta Gemara, Zakta Mishnah weiter. Rabbi Yehuda says, May Rekem, from the area called Rekem, which is in the east of Eretz Yisrael, La Mizrach, until the end of the world of Mizrach and on. So that's all considered Medinas Hayam. And a shliach that brings a get from there has to say v'fanei nechta. V'Rekem kimizrach. And Rechem itself has a din like Mizrach of the world and not like Eretz Yisrael. And also Ma'ashkelon, Ladar, Ma'ashkelon, and further to the south is considered the Darim Saw is considered in Dinas Hayam, and also Ashkelon is Kadarim, and Ashkelon itself has a din like Darim of the world, and it's not considered Eretz Yisrael. And a shliach that brings a get from Ashkelon, or from Rechem for that matter, has to say Vanechtam like a din of Dinas Hayam, although it is Batsim considered in Eretz Yisrael. Also, Ba'aka Latzafan, and to the north, also Va'aka Katzafan has a din like Medina Zayah. Rav Meir says that Akai Keretz Yisrael. Akai itself has a din like Eretz Yisrael. He argues on Rav Yehuda. Legittin. And Rav Meir, if you bring a get from there, you don't have to say Vanechta. Zok the Mishnah Vayter. Hamevi get Be'eretz Yisrael. A shliach brings a get from Makom LaMakom in Eretz Yisrael. He doesn't have to say Vanechtam, and then gets B'koyim. And if after the shliach gives a get, the Baal's ma'ir on it, he says it's forged, he's ma'ir on the get, this guy mechasamav, then the Eidim could come and they could confirm the signatures. Or other Eidim could come and say, we recognize the signatures of these people. And that's how they could take away the error of the Baal, the complaint of the Baal on the get. That he's telling us that it's forged. And you can machshir the get that way. So that's the Mishnah. Zakti Gemara. My taima. What's the reason that Chacham Machayev, that a shliach that's bringing a get, the Dinas Hayam, Teretz Yisrael, has to tell the Isha, the Fananechta. So the Machlokes Amar Ram. Zakti Gemara. Rabba Amar. Rabba says, Lefi she'em mekin l'shma, because people in Dinas Hayam, the people there, they're not so fluent in the din that a get has to be written l'shma. And in Mela, they were masakin that a shliach that brings again Dinas Hayam, he has to say fanechtam, and he's being made on the kashrus of the get, saying that it was written l'shma. Another reason, a different shita is Rava, because Eidim that are coming from Dinas Hayam to makir the signatures of the get, they're not Mitsuyin in Eretz Yisrael, in order to say, we know all these signatures. So if the Baal comes in Ma'ar and it says, I didn't tell anybody to write this get, then it's forged, then the Eidim over here in Eretz Yisrael, they won't recognize the signatures. So Melecham Masakin, that the Shliach just bringing the get, he has to say, it's written in front of me and it was signed in front of me, and he's saying that the get is not mezuyif, and Mamela Baal can't be ma'ar. Zakimar my benaya. What's the difference in Rabba Rava? Lahalacha. So Gemara Ikka benaya is three different differences. Dasyu beitrei. If in a case where if there were two shlichim of the Baal, that two messengers that brought the get from Dinas Hayam to Megarish's wife, so according to Rabba, that you have to be choishish that maybe it wasn't written l'shma, fishein became l'shma. So even if the two shlichim, you still have to be choishish it wasn't written l'shma. So therefore, the shlich has to say fananechtam to mevar that the get was written l'shma. However, according to Rava, that the reason for takanas chachamim that has to say fananechtam was any edim tzun l'kaimai. So a get that's brought al yidei two shlichim, the two edim, they don't have to say fanech because the shlichim themselves, they can be made on the get that they're bringing. So in that case, they would not have to say fanech. Another difference is Medina to Medina Be'eretz Yisrael. If it's from Medina to Medina in Eretz Yisrael, a shliach that brings a get Medina in Eretz Yisrael. For instance, from Yehuda to Galo. So in that case, what makes it Medina is because it's Ein Shayaris Mitzuyas B'neim. I mean, there's no travel really going on from Yehuda to Gol. So according to Rabbah, that the whole takana was if Shema, then the shliach does not have to say Vanechtam because B'nei Eretz Yisrael all became Lishma, whether it's Yehuda Gol, it doesn't make a difference. However, according to Rava, that the whole takana was that the Baal in Ma'ar, there won't be Eidim Tzun L'Kaimai, so Medina Eretz Yisrael, there's no Shayaris Mitzuyas. So therefore, there won't be anyone to be Mekayim L'Chasimas on the get. Inami is like a third difference. Oisa Medina Sayam. that even a shliach that brings a makom l'makom in that Medina Hayam. So according to Rav, Tam Dakana is because le'nich to Shmo. So since the Medina Hayam they're not bekiyin, so shliach still say fananechtam. However, according to Rava, that the get that's sent inside that Medina is this shayaras mitzuyas. So even if the Baal can be ma'ar, he could still find Adam that'll recognize chasimus on the get. So therefore, in that case, we would not have said fananechtam. Zakti Gemara. Now the Gemara is going to declare like this: according to Rabbah, how is a shliach neman? How is he believed to machshir the get? So, affecting Gemara, Rabbah the Amar al fishem bikin l'shma, not bikin l'shma, l'boy trei l'choresh have to have two edim that was written kedin. Just like any edishim Torah, you have to have ein edis pachas shnayim. You have to have two edim. And for the Gemara, no, there's a difference because eidechad neman be surin. The halacha is eidechad neman be surin. Therefore, the eid neman to machshir the get, and the lady's mutter to get married. I p is edus, p the edus of the shliach. All those not to edim. So Dr. Gemara, Eimer Damrina eidechad neman be surin. If you have Dr. Gemara, when do you say the concept of the klal eidechad neman be surin? Chaticha safik. If you have a piece of meat, let's say, and you're not sure if it's chaylev and it's asaba achila. So the halacha is that chaylev, like it says in Vayikra Perek Zayin Pasuk of Gimel, it says kol chaylev shor b'chesa v'eiz lo sechelu. So you have to be able to recognize what it is, because if it's chaylev, it's aser. And safek shal shuman, and safek maybe it's just plain fat, that's mutar b'achila. So in that case, you say it echad's nema to be made on the chaticha that it's shuman, it's mutar b'achila. Why the lo is chazik isura? Because it never had an isser by us. We never knew for sure b'vadois that it was asur al tzchelev. So mele it echad's nema to be matter it. Aval hacha zakti gemara now sugya with his edus that the shliach's bringing on that shliach saying on the get this chazik isura de eishasish. The woman was ready huchsiga she was a eishasish before the get was brought in. We know she was married to that man, to the Baal. And the shliachs come to him moitzir from this chazaka that she's not eishasish. So how do we know that Yerechad's neman to him moitzir from this chazaka and machshir the get? And Zakti Gemara also have a davar sheba l'chora get is a davar sheba it's because the get is arayis. Vein davar sheba pachas shnayim. We have a klal that davar sheba can't be less than two edim. So ibazoi, how can you have one aid just saying fanechtam and to machshir the kashrus to the get? The you have to have two aidim. And for the Gemara, that minadin, we're not be'etzem afraid that the kashrus to the get that it wasn't in l'shma. Why? Because roiv bikin him, roiv yisrael ataka bikin is halacha. You know you have to write a get l'shma. You don't have to have any edus to machshir the get. Even according to Shitas Rameir, which in generally he holds a yichoshish for a miyat and his machmir, over here is no chashash. Why? Because stam safir the daine, stam sofer dayanim in every place that are used to writing gittin, migma gemir, they learn the halacha, they know the halacha that a get isha needs to be written l'shma. And therefore, then it's kosher without the shliach saying anything. Rabbanon hu da'atzur chachamo imatzur edus on the get that is written l'shma because of chashash that maybe the Baal will find a get from someone in a city that wrote a get for his wife that has the same exact names, and the guy he wrote the get, but he decided he never went ahead with it. He never actually got divorced, and they have the same names. And the Baal will take this get, which in this case is written Shalei Shema, and Vahacha, although Be'etzem you need to have two edim machshir the get, that's a chashash. Like Gemara, Makamaka Mishmiguna Akila Barabanan. Because of we don't want the woman to stay a guna that she can't ever get married because they don't know what happened to the husband. If you don't find two edim machshir chasim as a get. So therefore, Akila Barabanan, the Meiko to say that she can get married, I'll pee one shliach that's bringing the get, and saying Fananechtam.